So Leicester City 0, Arsenal 1-0 to the Arsenal. It was like George Graham era all over again. Weren't pretty, weren't great to watch. One shot against us all game. It was a defensive masterclass, really, because they didn't get anywhere. Aaron Ramsdale could have been sat in a deck chair with a pina colada and a cigar on the go. He literally dived for the one shot that was going wide because he was bored. Other than that, up the other end, Trossard had a great goal disallowed because the goalkeeper's weak. And the only real moment of quality in the game resulted in Trossard not making the right back and Martinelli finishing like a prime Thierry Henry. Other than that, wasn't really a lot going on, was there, Matt?
Hey, man, easy day at the office today. Love to see it. 1-0. We'll take it. If it's 1-0 for the rest of the year, I'll take it. No, you won't get any complaints from me, my friend. Got the win. Did not come out like they did last week, lethargic. They came out this week with a little fire. And they just control the game. Leicester look pretty bad today, man. I know Madison didn't play, but they've got some issues over there, boy. Because I mean, especially coming off of last week, you would have thought they would have came out this week with a little bit more fire. But you know, that's their problem to have to worry about. We appreciate them for the 3 points, and we're gonna be moving on, man. And we'll see what City is doing today, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna win that game. So any point right now is good for us. Like I said last week, consistency is key. We continue to keep getting these points. We've got a mad March, as I'm going to start referring to it. We've got 9-10 games and you know, in what, a week's time or something like that, some wild number. And
yeah, so I think we've got 6 games in 19 days.
So yeah, I mean, that's a lot of fixtures, but when you're making top dollar, man, that's what's expected of you. So we're gonna see what's what. We got a favorable draw in the Europa League, so hopefully we can get that done on the first leg, so that we don't have to be at the panic stations on the second leg and cruise right on through that and continue to focus on this title, man. So all in all, everybody looked good today. There were a few areas of concern. Martin Odegaard, he has these moments where sometimes he looks great, and then there's some moments you're looking like, what is he doing? But you know, he did a back heel, and it just was like right away on transition, and I just was screaming like, bro, just, you know, I don't know what happens sometimes, and I know Mikel probably gives them right to express themselves, but man, you got to be careful doing that stuff in traffic, because that leads right into a transition.
Yeah, facts. It was like when we had a breakaway. Yeah, Saka was wide open, Martinelli was in, and he's running, but he was getting slower and slower. Yeah, and it was almost like he didn't know which pass to make. Yeah, and by the time he thought about it, he fell over the ball. And I'm like, it's so frustrating. When he's good, he's brilliant. Yeah, but it's like you just need that consistency all the time. Yeah, and like even all of our forwards today, I don't think any of them were that great. Yeah, it was like, you know, we weren't very clinical. We weren't like decision making in the final third today was off. We only had 2 shots on target all game. And it was just one of them days where it was like, okay, the one bit of quality wins the game. We'll get out of here. We'll get on the team coach. We'll go back down the M1. Yeah, and we'll sit there and think, well, that was easy because they were crap. We didn't have party on the pitch for most of it. Yeah, didn't get any injuries. Yeah, now we can sit there and focus fully on that Everton game on Wednesday, man, because that is massive. Man City are 3-0 up at half time as we record this.
That Everton game this week, if the boys don't come out motivated for that, considering we should have beat them last time, and that was probably one of our worst performances of the year. If we turn around and lose to this team again, I'm going to be real pissed, because, you know, we should send a message to them. And like I said, man, we need consistency, man. We need about a good run of 4 or 5 games unbeaten with 3 points, not with draws, but with 3 points. Because some people will say, "Oh, I'll take the draw." No, 3 points. Let's get the 3 points so that we can get some padding. And
well, our next three league games, we've got Everton, Bournemouth, both at home, and then we've got Fulham away. I mean, they're all winnable. Fulham's not going to be an easy game, but I watched them against Wolves last night. If Wolves had a bit more about them in the final third, they would have won about 3 or 4.
You know, the thing that worries me about the Fulham game is our defense handling Mitrovic. And I know somebody's going to say, well, Saliba, tie him down. Well, I mean, Mitrovic, you know, he's a little bit of a handful in the air, and we tend to have trouble with balls in the air, especially our goalkeeper. He has a tendency to come out. I mean, you saw, what was it, last week or the week before last, that flap?
Yeah. That was against Brentford, wasn't it?
Yeah, he has a tendency to flap, man. And that's the prime game for flapping is against Fulham.
But three of our next 4 games in the league are at home. All right, so we've got Everton at home, Bournemouth at home, Fulham away, then Palace at home. I mean, we should be getting 12 points out of that. Let's be real with it.
Be careful, Lee. That's points on the board. Points on
the board. Games in hand.
yeah. Well, hopefully we can get the win the next few games, man. If we get those, man, then I'll kind of start to loosen up a little bit. But as of right now, I'm still kind of reserved because I just know how we are from time to time. But March is historically, March has been a tough month for us. Whenever we're either competing for top 4 or either we're, of course, back in the day when we were, some of y'all youngsters didn't see it, but when we were competing for titles, this was usually a hectic month. March or April was very hectic. So we get through March or April, man. I think get through March rather. In this case, I think we'll be sitting pretty, but we still got a long ways to go. But today,
if we beat Sporting Lisbon over 2 legs, I think we end up with 9 games. April. I don't know whether any of them will get rescheduled. If we do get through, I'm not sure. But we start off with Leeds, then Liverpool. We've got Man City in that as well. We've got Chelsea in that. Like Southampton, West Ham. And like West Ham got a great result today, 4-0 against Forest. I don't think anyone see that coming. Yeah, 4-0.
Okay, wow.
I don't think anyone see that one coming. But these teams, when you get into April, they're scrapping for their life. Some of these teams, man, it's not going to be easy, and they're going to do every single dirty tactic. And as we've seen, when we come up against a low block, we huff and puff, and sometimes we get caught on the break. Sometimes we end up just huffing and puffing and not really creating anything, and just frustrated. So yeah, man, we got to get through March. There's a 2-week international at the end of March as well, and hopefully all of our players come back fit. If I was Arteta, I'd be telling them swerve it.
Yeah,
just swerve. Just all make out you're injured. This is like
yeah. And speaking of Mikel, man, I do want to give him props because he did finally make that change that we've been asking for. And Nketiah on the bench. I mean, we just needed something different, man. Going forward, we just looked stale and flat last week, and you kind of could see we moved a little bit better. We didn't look like world beaters, but it just looked better us moving forward today in attack. Also opened up having Trossard up there opened up Martinelli to make some of those wild runs in, which he likes to do. So I mean that was a big plus. So I do want to give the manager props on that because I was glad to see that was the first thing I was looking for this morning was the look at who was starting. Because if I saw Nketiah up there, I was going to just start shaking my head again, knowing we were going.
He obviously watches the fan cams, man.
Yeah, I know he's been watching the fan cams, man. He's heard Jazz raising hell, man.
It's funny because I was talking about Saka the other day, saying why ain't he signed a new deal yet? The next day, he's saying he's agreed a deal in principle. They all watch it, man.
They're watching us, man. They're watching us. Yeah, they're definitely watching us.
They're thinking, look, that Lee Gunner's moaning again. Saka ain't signed. What we'll do is we'll put out his agreed in principle and shut everyone up. Yeah. They're all moaning about Eddie up front. Okay, cool. Well, we're playing for 3 more games and then we'll play Martinelli.
Well, if y'all listening to this, man, make sure y'all don't bring out that hideous kid I saw this week. Don't y'all bring that damn kid out, man. that one I saw. Please don't bring that out.
No, mate, it wouldn't surprise me if they did. Yeah, and everyone will go and buy it anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? That's how. Yes. Listen, if we win the title, mate, I might even go and buy a kit.
Hey, bro, I'll be honest with you, man. If we win the kit, I will get one custom made this year, buddy. No doubt about it.
I'll take a number 1 on the back, yeah.
No, we're not doing that. not that.
Artekas.
No, I'm gonna get garlic 1.
Garlic 1. I love Vinay. I love Vinay 1. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Don Edu.
Pitmaster.
Yeah. That's sick, man. But yeah, man, we roll on. It wasn't pretty, but who cares, man? I'll take 14 more 1-0 to the Arsenals
all day.
It means we end up with that title at the end of the season.
Yes, sir.
As we're wrapping up this fan cam, Man City are 3-0 up, 50 minutes gone. So that's dead and buried. They have only had 4 shots on target, so they've been pretty clinical with their shooting today. But yeah, man, we need to keep the momentum going. We've definitely got over the blip, and now we've got to try and get over Brexit football on Wednesday when Sean Dyche comes to town. Make sure you sub to Matty's channel as well, people.
Southern
Guna. That'll be in the description. Make sure you sub to my second channel as well, Lee Reacts. And yeah, man, it's all good, man. It's all good. Very quickly, who was your man on the match today?
Oh, Gabby, of course, man. Gabby, he came out. This is what happens, man, when you drop a player. mentally, if the player realizes what's going on, player comes back, gives you a result, and this is what you get. You get a player that's determined to score when he gets the opportunity, and that's what matters.
There you go. Big up to everyone who's watched, man. Make sure you leave your comments down below. Sub to Matty. We are out. Laters. Edu out.
Edu